So the government are on about bringing in national insurance on rent paid to landlords, and it's another step in the phasing out of the private landlord by the government. First it was Section 21, the Renters Reform Bill's on the cusp of being brought into law, and now this, national insurance. And it makes you wonder, what have they got against private landlords? Well, obviously there's a lot of lobbying done by BlackRock and the movement of large private equity firms into the UK rental sector. But also Serco, which house a lot of immigrants and have a lot of government contracts, are 8% owned by BlackRock, apparently. And last year, 26% of landlords sold property and most probably were bought up by private equity firms. Now, also, if we look at why would they want to get rid of private landlords, assets are seen to be a good way of getting out of the system, the taxation system. You were basically designed by going through the education system to work till retirement age and pay your taxes your whole entire life. And that goes to the government, obviously. And now when people are buying assets and starting businesses and trying to get out of the system, it's not very obviously what the government want, hence why they're chasing a lot of the millionaires and the big earners out of this country. Now, what we need to remember is the big earners and the millionaires and even the high earners, middle classes, pay over 50% of the tax, so 50% of the people don't have to work, which is very kind of the minute. And I think some figures come out this week is that 6.5 million people are now unemployed and seeking some kind of benefit, which is the highest it's been since the Great Depression, yet it's not been cited by the mainstream media. So it's quite interesting to see what's going on. Now, obviously, with more illegal immigrants and immigrants in general coming in, if we forget the whole persona that they don't want to work, but that they do want to work, that's obviously going to substitute a lot of the workforce that we have on the sick or on benefits or not willing to work. I think they said the likes of Liverpool and Birmingham, unemployment there is now 23 and 25%. And that's a good chunk of a city, and no wonder the Birmingham Council is bankrupt. As more landlords move out of the space and more private equity firms move into the space and take out more Serco contracts, and the government basically a line in the pockets of the big conglomerates, the circle and the cycle continues, and it'll just go in that particular direction. And what's going to happen is, as they are more structured, have more overheads and probably up rent on a more strategical base, especially when the Renters Reform Bill comes in, rents are most probably going to go up. They're not going to go down. Yes, you might have a higher standard of property and living space, but you're going to be paying for it. It's all going to be about profits. It's not going to be about a working relationship and your landlord by his first name. You're just going to be another number, another statistic, and everything is going to be done by the book, which could be a good thing, but it could also be a bad thing.